always that interesting is better than funny. Clearly. You go to other places, you may see 10 very funny comedians. Here you're going to see 10 interesting people who happen to see the world in a funny way. That's why so many people go on to become stars, and it's a really cool thing that you're here to support them. This next young man has just started out doing comedy fairly recently, and I never thought I would say this. He's a very funny young man from Rhode Island. Let's welcome Alexander Fearer.
Hello, gentry of the earth. Good seeing you here today. Guys, people sometimes ask me whether or not my parents are happy that I'm doing this whole comedy thing. And yes, they're very proud. They've always been very supportive. They've told me, Alex, you can be whatever you want to be when you grow up. An ugly doctor, an ugly lawyer, an ugly astrophysicist, anything. My parents are actually, I'm a big comic book fan. My parents got me into it. I love them now, but as a kid I hated them. And I think the reason is I knew that if I would have to escape in that kind of world, I would be dead very quickly. People go like, oh, did you hear the giant robot is attacking Metropolis? Let's hope the fattest kid in class cannot run him. Captured by Fanfear, king of the dragons. Too bad he got that C+ in mythology. Can't go to Thor for help. And then, when I finally, and probably very comically, pass on, Batman would be all mopey because I died in his watch. And his best friend Gordon would come up to him and say, Batman, it's not your fault. You're only one man. You're not a steady regimen of diet and exercise. So I set these scenarios like in my head as a big nerd, like who would win in a fight, like Hulk or Superman? Gregor Samsa in cockroach form or Gregor Samsa in dolphin form? Batman or a lifetime of clinical depression and poor choices? And I would like to also imagine like what I would be if I could be anything in the world other than, you know, obviously two dinosaurs standing on each other's heads to make one really big dinosaur. Sneaking to R-rated movies. Dinosaurs. I would be a man with giant bat wings. Yeah. Then girls would finally talk to me. It's hard for me to meet people because, you know, when you first get to know me, I come off a little weird and a little frantic. But if you get past that layer, you'll find out I'm a very inconsiderate person. And when you get past that layer, you realize I'm obnoxious. When you get past that layer, you realize I'm passive-aggressive. When you get past that layer, you realize that's probably your fault. And when you get past that layer, you realize I have a job. When you get past that layer, pretending to be two dinosaurs standing on each other's heads is not a job. And when you get past that layer, there's a nice peanutty layer. I don't know why girls are so superficial. They can't get past my first 6 layers to get to the real me. I don't even have the coquettish energy for a relationship nowadays. Like I saw a couple walking down the street wearing matching hats of Bert from Sesame Street, which to me means they went to the hat store and one of them went like, oh my god, we should get these hats, we're so close, we're closer than Bert and Ernie, we're as close as Bert and Bert. I don't really have the energy for anything nowadays. Like, I get depressed a lot, but I have a way of dealing with it. I pretend the negative emotions are like evil robots, like they're Decepticons, and I'm a good robot. I'm Optimus Prime. But it never ends like a good Transformers episode. It always ends with the Transformer just lying on the couch, eating cream cheese out of a can, watching Arena 911 marathon. When I'm not eating cream cheese out of stuff, I like to read up. I like to read up on dinosaurs. Like, for example, we think we know a lot about them because of all the movies and podcasts that they do. We really don't. For example, did you know dinosaurs were okay with going extinct? Mm-hmm. That's because the dinosaur's greatest fear was dying alone. You know what a dinosaur's second greatest fear was? Piles of dead dinosaurs. And a dinosaur's third greatest fear was running into Jewish people. So okay, that was extinct. Dinosaurs have 3 fears. I have 3 fears too. Spiders, loneliness, and the dancing jazz skeleton. Yeah. Because the dancing jazz skeleton is the only creature that movies from the 20s have not taught me how to fight. Werewolves use a silver bullet, Frankensteins are afraid of fire, but you enter a room with dancing jazz skeletons, they go, "We're playing our rings and xylophones." Now we're chow sitting out of an open grave, you don't even know how to deal. You know the scariest thing about dancing jazz skeletons? There's one inside all of us, right now. Guys, this comedy thing, it's nice. It's not for me. It's a hack thing, and I apologize to all the hacks, who came before me or are gonna come after me, but come on, guys. Jokes are what came before. I am the new age. I will be a stand-up tragedy. Stand-up tragedy. Instead of laughs, I'm gonna go for sobs. Not petty sobs, the real thing. So here we go. An old man chokes on a chicken bone. His final thought is, I survived World War II. This can't be what does me in. A little boy shoots up all the heroin in the world. A grandpa loses his grandpa license on the eve of his daughter's quinceañera. A goat eats the food stamps of the hungriest family in all of America. This is too much for me, guys. Before I go, guys, just want to tell you one thing. I'm really excited about it. I have jury tomorrow. I've never been, and it's so great. I'm gonna go in there and be like, and the judge is gonna be like, and the defendant's gonna be like, and then I'm gonna be like, and everyone's, and then they're gonna give him the electric chair. All right, thank you very much.
So we learned a lot.